Hello and welcome back to my channel, Mysterious Soul Divination. I'm Diamond Sapphire, and this is another pick a card reading. This reading is going to be about who it is that you're going to marry. This is going to tell you what they look like, what their personality is, and what their profession can be. So just take a moment, concentrate on the piles of cards, and choose the one that you feel the most drawn to. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box below. So with that said, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And I'll see you at your chosen pile. Hi and welcome, pile number 1. I've already laid out your cards. Save time and energy. Hope you're all doing well. And let's just get right into who it is that you're going to marry. So right off the bat, I'm sensing that the person that you're going to marry, of course my cat needs to make an appearance. Right off the bat, I'm sensing that the person that you're going to marry is elegant and sophisticated. They could be tall and skinny and graceful. They could have very long legs. They could have a very slim and flat physique. They're in very good shape, is what I'm seeing. They're very healthy. They just have like this long, lean, sophisticated look. So that, yeah, they have this long, lean, sophisticated, healthy look to them, like they're in very good shape. They could be in their 30s or 40s. Their eyes, they could have like green or hazel eyes. If they're a female and you're a male, they could have light brown to blonde hair and have like blue or green or like really light eyes, gray eyes perhaps. But overall, they're very healthy. They have a very nice physique about them. They're very like good looking. And I'm just gonna have to work with my cat because she's driving me insane. As for their personality, I see them as being, they could have some negative qualities to them. Like, I feel like they could be somewhat depressive. They could be going through like a bout of depression or some sort of unhappiness that they've been dealing with. If they're male, they could have like high energy, high testosterone. They could be like very fast lipped. They talk very fast. They could be a little bit aggressive and maybe angers a little bit, or angers easily, and it doesn't really take much to set them off. They're kind of like a little firecracker sort of thing. They could instigate things, like they may pick and poke at you to like test your patience and stuff like this. They could be a very, very unique dresser. They could be a very funky dresser, so to speak. They have like this very, very unique personality. They're kind of different. It's like they're out in the world, but they have this own like persona, and they don't really care what anybody else thinks. They like to be different, is what I'm seeing. They may have some sort of manic depressive disorder. It's like 1 minute they're up, 1 minute they're down. It's like, I don't really think it's anything serious, but like sometimes you don't, sorry, now that's my dog. But sometimes you don't really know how to take them. Like they can be up 1 minute and down the next. So that's just something to be aware of. They could be someone that was previously married and they're now separated or divorced or something, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so sometimes they could have high energy, sometimes they could have low energy, is actually what I'm seeing. So as for their profession, I feel like they have been working very closely with a woman. They work in a place or an environment that is very highly competitive. Um, at their workplace, there could be a lot of arguments that happen all the time. They could work the graveyard shift, like they could work overnights. They could, they could literally be working with the dead or the dying. Like they could be working with the sick, the terminally ill. What else can I see? For some, they could actually be unemployed at the moment and looking for a job. So they could be a seasonal worker or someone that has actually recently just lost their job. What else? They could be someone that works in like the gym or something, somewhere that has like high physical energy. So they could work as an athlete or a personal trainer, or they could just like work at the gym or something like that. Like something that they do is physical to their body. Let me see. They could be a writer. They could actually be a cleaner. And let me see. For some of you, this won't be for all. Like this could be very, very few. But they could actually work in the sex industry. They could like be a dancer, like a stripper or an exotic dancer of some sort. I'm seeing it, so I'm going to say it. They could, for some of you, they could like travel to work, like they work away somewhere away from where they're living, like they travel for work. So they could go for like a couple of weeks and come back, sort of thing. Is what I'm seeing. What else can I see? I think that is about it for pile number one. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a like, share, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye. Hi, and welcome pile number two. Hope you're all doing well. I've already laid out your cards. Save time and energy. So let's see who it is that you're going to marry. Right off the bat, I'm seeing that the person that you're going to marry, they could have facial hair. They could be very social with all these clubs here. They could be young, like they could be a young social butterfly. They could be younger than you. They could be hairy, have facial hair. They could be very broad and burly. For some of you, they could be overweight, or they could be very muscular, or just like very strong individual. They're not overly tall. They could be like on the shorter, stockier side. If this is talking about a woman, like if you're a male, this woman could be very curvy, very voluptuous, if you know what I mean. They could be very fit, very in shape, have a very good body, like they like to exercise a lot, they like to take care of themselves. For others of you, like they could have very small features, like they're very dainty, like they have a really small face, really small physique. So it's actually two different energies that I'm seeing. One is really burly and broad, and the other one is like very, very tawny and petite, if you know what I mean. For some of you, they could have ginger hair. For others, they could be like dark brown or darker hair. And they're just like very sexy, they have a very good looking, sexy physique. As for their personality, they could be lacking faith. They may be a very unhappy person. They may be going through something that they've lost all faith of happiness. They could be someone with PTSD. Um, they may like their body so much that they actually like being naked. So they might like to show off their naked body to you a lot. For some of you, they could like have a dreamer personality. They could be very artistically talented. They could be very musical. They could play in a band, or they could like just play an instrument of some sort. They could be very poetic, and they're just very soft, and they could be immature. They could be young and immature. They could have a big imagination. They could have like a lot of dreams that they'd like to come to fruition. Like they have a big imaginative mind. They may be very sweet, emotional, kind, and they could be like they're in balance. They have a very balanced personality. For some of you, they could be very psychic and very very psychic and very in tune with their higher self. And they could be just like very spiritual in nature, because you have like two stars here. That's pretty amazing. So even though one is reversed, like, so they could be having some depressive issues, but they're still hopeful for the future. As for their profession, for some of you, they could actually be a psychic, or they could be into the healing industry. They could be an astrologer. They could be into gem healing or crystal healing. They could be a psychic. They could be someone who is famous, someone that's on someone that's on the internet, someone that is um, like someone that is out there, like they're semi famous, they're well known in their industry. Um, they could work in the IT business. They could be a web designer or like a computer geek of some sort. What else? They could actually, for some of you, they could like work with the Red Cross or something like that, some sort of organization, that helps people. They could be, um, they could be someone that doesn't like their job at the moment, or someone that could possibly be out of work at the moment. Now, I mean, these uh, traits aren't going to be applying to every single person. This could be like a bunch of different people that I'm speaking about. So for some of you, they could be out of work, or they could be working like a job that they absolutely hate. Literally, they could be a cowboy. Like, seriously, they could actually literally be a cowboy. They could be a delivery driver. They could deliver medical supplies to the world. What else can I see? They could be working online on the internet, like delivering messages online somehow, some way. I'm seeing a lot of animals here, so they could probably work with a lot of animals, like wild animals. What else? I think that's all I am seeing for their profession. Oh yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. For those of you who chose pile number 3, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. I've already laid out your cards, so let's get right into who it is that you're going to marry. For what they look like, I'm seeing someone that has like a very dark complexion. They're either tanned or they're like naturally dark. They could be big boned, like they could be very thick and heavy, not overweight, but like the big boned, thick appearance. They could have like a nice ass, like they have a nice round butt. They could be very curvy, is what I'm seeing. There's something about their eyes, like they have very nice eyes. They could have like 20/20 vision, or like there's something about their eyes that makes them very attractive and very unique. Um, they could have freckles on their face or some sort of blemishes or acne, or just there's their face isn't completely clear is what I'm seeing. It's like they have something on their face that you're going to notice about them. Um, but they're very unique looking is what I'm seeing. They're very distinctive in their face. What else can I see? There's something about their nose as well. It's like I don't know if it's sharp and pointy, but like their nose and their eyes and their face is really what makes them attractive and very unique looking is what I'm seeing. As for their personality, I feel like they could be someone at the moment that is pretty heartbroken. They could be coming out of a deceptive relationship where there's a third party involved, like there could be some cheating or some deceptive things going on. They could have some emotional issues. Um, I'm seeing that they could actually have some female problems, like their periods and stuff. They could be bothering them. I feel like they have like emotional issues stemming from like past hurt, past pain, something that has caused them a lot of pain, and they're trying to deal with this at the moment. Um, I feel like they could be younger. They could have very high energy. They could be someone that like sets a lot of goals for themselves and they want to be accomplished in the world. They could be very innocent, they could be very sweet, they could be very kind and nice mannered. What else? They could be someone that is like really eager to please everyone, like they want to be everybody's friend and they put a lot of trust into people. Put a lot of trust into people probably that they should not. Like they trust everybody no matter what they tell. You could tell them, they will believe you, and they're very gullible in that way. They could be a tomboy, like they could be a girl who likes to do a lot of boy things. They could be, um, yeah, they could be like very high energy, very active, very ambitious of what it is that they want to do in their life. And they could be very sexual as well. So they might like to have sex a lot. Like they're very sexual is what I'm seeing. As for their work or their profession, what I'm seeing is that they could be someone that is on the road a lot for their work. Like they could drive a lot of different places or see a lot of different places for their work for some reason. They could have a lot of different responsibilities for their work. It's not just one thing that they're dealing with. Um, they could have multiple jobs, like they could have more than one job. They could work a bunch of different things, is what I'm seeing. They could be making decisions, important decisions for their work. They could constantly be changing their work. They could like maybe change jobs a lot. They could be making financial decisions for their work or their profession. They could work in sales, or they could be an independent contractor. They could be in the fishing industry, and that's why they have to travel actually for work. So they're always moving around looking for the fish and whatnot. They could be into international trade, like they could sell things or export things internationally. What else? They could be like a financial consultant, like they consult people on what to do with their money and stuff like that. They could be just working in the financial industry in which they make big decisions for their corporation of some sort. I think that's all I'm seeing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a like, share, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. And I will see you next time. Thanks.